right, YouTube. How you doing out there? We got TB.
Got TBJ.
And we're going to start off today with today's Bible verse. I'm going to let my son read it because we're going to coattail this into our meat and our subject for today. So, son, get started and tell everybody what book you're reading from.
Okay, so the book of Ephesians, which chapter is this? Chapter 5, verses 15 and 16. Okay. See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil.
Basically, broken down, what that means is, as you live your life or you walk your days on this earth, do it with wisdom. Think, because everything out here, especially nowadays, is evil. It's a lot of wicked plots, a lot of wicked plans, and a lot of wicked thoughts. And so many lies going on in this day and age we live in. It's a shame. So now we're going to get started with our topic. This topic was brought up in a different way. I would say, actually it was brought up yesterday. My son texted me when I was at work, and he wanted to ask me a particular question. And I'm going to let you start off.
Okay.
Explaining what it is you asked me so we can get a good core basis of what we're moving into. The topic is that the wrong decision, especially in this day and age, can mean your life, especially for a black man, young black man such as my son or myself. But in this day and age, if we don't use wisdom and we walk into certain situations, we might not walk out of it. So let's get started.
Well, yesterday I had texted my dad if I could walk up to this school to fight this boy that I've been beefing with for good over a year now. You know, I texted him. He was like, "Nah, don't do that. That's stupid. Cause what if the boy shoot you?" And I wasn't thinking about that. I was just thinking about, beating him up and then going home. But that couldn't even happen. I could have just got shot on sight.
Well, the thing is, what we're going to cover today with that, my son, he's only 16 years old. He's growing up. And none of us on this planet are perfect. Nobody's perfect in God's eyes at all. We make mistakes constantly. I make mistakes. Everybody out there watching, we all make mistakes. But the thing is, there's certain mistakes that you can make in this day and age that are unforgiving. Now, back in the day when I was younger, and when a lot of people were younger, yeah, you could fight it out with somebody. Y'all scrap, and the winner, will win. But usually at the end of the day, y'all will end up being friends. Y'all squashed the situation and I was done with. There was no more beef. Today, we don't live in that day and age no more. This world is extremely wicked, and the people in it are wicked. People don't like to lose. The motto of the world is win, win, win. You hear it in the songs. Win, 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 win. At every cost, win. No one wants to lose anymore. I mean, no one wants to lose, but when a person loses nowadays, they want to retaliate. They just don't want to lose. And a situation like my son's, say if there were girls around, for instance, a girl or two. Now, men usually tend to act differently when there are women around. They put on more of a show. So like, if you're going to go play basketball, they know women watching, so they're going to put on more of a show. And just like a fight, if you're going to go fight somebody and there's women around or not, but if there's women around, it's going to be the emotions are going to be charged on a different level. You understand what I'm saying? And that can get to the point where, say if the guy would have lost, because I'm quite sure my son would have won the fight, but I'm just being realistic. If he would have won the fight, and the guy would have been a sore loser, the guy would have probably retaliated and wanted to shoot him or do anything to him. He could have already had a weapon on him. My son will never know that.
Yeah, I never know.
You'll never know what another person's thinking. The simple fact that this guy has been wanting to fight my son for over a year now, and my son doesn't even go to that school anymore. My son lives with me full time, and he transferred to a school in my neighborhood where I live. This guy is still contacting him, still wanting to fight. So to me, that seems like my son is on his mind a little bit too much. Something wrong with that. Something's wrong with that picture. Why are you thinking about my son so much day in, day out? And you just want to fight him, you want to fight him, you want to fight him. And my son showed me a video of guys fighting on YouTube. This is something that younger people do nowadays. They fight. You know what I'm saying? And I looked at that when I saw that video on YouTube. I was like, what is this?
That was the boy too. The one that I showed you, the dark skin. You see the dark skin? That was him. Looking retarded.
This is what I'm talking about. We live in a different day and age where young people don't think about consequences and they just act. And especially as a young black man, we don't have any type of mercy besides the Lord. There's no mercy for us. We still getting shot down in the streets. I mean, we could talk about Black Lives Matter. We could talk about whatever you want to talk about, but it's still happening. Nothing is stopping. The only thing that's going to happen is things are going to have to run their course. And if you don't have a relationship with God, you're in trouble. And like I said, with my son's situation, walking into danger, you don't do that outwardly. God gives us a brain to think. You know, we have to use wisdom. When you use wisdom, you think a situation all the way through. Younger people tend not to do that. They tend to jump into situations head first. You can't jump into a situation head first in this day and age because it might cost you your life. You want to live to see another day, you got to think the whole situation all the way through. Think it through. Because if you don't, you might be through. Because people are sore losers. No one wants to lose. Losing is the bottom. You losing, but life, I hate to say it, people, we're not going to win at everything we do. Sometimes you have to fall before you make that rise. Sometimes you have to bump your head before you get it right. That's part of life. But when you look at society, television, sports, if you lose, you suck. But look at the old 89-90 Pistons. They had to lose before they won those 2 back-to-back championships. They lost. They had to build themselves up first through experience. There's no better teacher than experience. You build yourself up, then you can win. But we live in a microwave society. Everybody wants results right now. You want it done quickly, and no one wants to wait for anything. And in young people's regards, young men fighting in this day and age, there could have been so many bad scenarios. One, they getting caught fighting out in the streets. What if the cops would have rolled up and whooped all of them? The cops don't like us. Let's keep it real. That would have been an easy situation for them to get 2 young black men and do whatever they want to them because they acting a fool out in the street. Or at the school. You know what I'm saying? He's a high school, but he's fighting at a middle school.
Well, I don't know what that school was, but it was something.
My whole point is, when you're young, you tend to rush into things and you don't think. That's why as we get older and we develop a relationship with God, when God walks with us, God is going to hold your hand and He's going to make you think. The fear of God is the beginning of wisdom. If you don't fear God, you'll do anything out here. You'll run rampant, you'll run wild. I'm happy that my son came to me about this situation. No, I wasn't happy with him wanting to fight the guy. No. But I am happy that he came to me and he discussed what he was thinking And we were able to discuss it, and I was able to show him all possible scenarios, what could possibly happen if he's out here fighting this guy. You don't know, he doesn't know what he could have been walking into, thinking that everything is going to be squashed after they fight. He has the old way of thinking. After you fight, we squash it out, everything's going to be good, right? But the other guy might just want to get close to him so he can do anything to him, stab him, hurt him, anything, because my son's on his mind too much. Why?
Too much.
He might be jealous of him, and it could be a number of reasons that we'll never truly know, or my son will never truly know. But the thing is, in this life, if there's certain things that we can avoid them. God gives us, he gives us common sense. A lot of people don't exercise their common sense because emotions. And as young men, you have to learn to control your emotions.
Yeah.
Pride will get you nowhere, because pride will make you feel like you're a punk. You're not a punk.
Yeah.
You're not a punk.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you got to sit and think the situation all the way through. And once you do that, you'll think about all the possible outcomes that can happen to you, and all the dangers you could be in, turn into. And anybody out there who has a son, my son's age, you never know. Your son might be thinking these same things and just doesn't want to come to you and talk to you about it.
Yeah.
That's why I wanted to discuss this with you guys, because I feel like this is a very important topic. You don't know what's going on in your kid's life all the time. Me and my son, we just happen to have the type of relationship where we discuss everything.
Got that good one.
We discuss everything. There's even certain situations that people might feel are taboo. We discuss them. We talk about it. Because if you don't talk about it with your son or your daughter, guess what? Somebody else will. And they might not give you the advice that you want your son or daughter to have. So try to start exercising an open relationship with your son or daughter, so they'll speak to you on these type of situations that could save their lives. This is our job, fathers as fathers, to step in and speak on certain things that your son or daughter may be thinking about, your children may be thinking about. We have to address it. You have to talk with your children every day, because every day they're developing into an adult. Every day they get pressures that you know nothing about in school or wherever else they may be when they're not around you. You have no idea. This young generation has a lot more to face than our generations had to face. That's why, fathers, we are the covering. Our relationship with the Most High is most important. Because if our relationship with the Most High is not there, our children are not covered. And then the world can have at your child as it will. And the world is unforgiving. The world is unmerciful. Man has no mercy. Man will throw you away in jail for years and years and let you rot. But God will give you mercy. God will forgive you. Man won't forgive you. That's why in that situation, the boy could have did anything to my son just to get him in that situation. And we cannot walk blindly into danger. As men, we have to think twice. We have to look both ways before we cross the street. Because if you don't, there's no telling what can happen to you. And God doesn't want us to be foolish. He wants us to take the high road. Have you ever read about God settling any situation in the Bible with his fists? That's what men we think we need to do. Everything with our fists is part of us because we're men. But part of being a worshiper of Christ and God and Jesus, we have to understand, you have to exercise these things in that book. It's work. It's daily work to walk upright in the way God wants us to be as men. It's work. It's not easy. Every day is a struggle. Every day there's something new that you have to cover. And if you have a son, you must talk to him because he's going to go through these things if you're discussing with him or not. Talk to him. Pick his brain. Ask him. And y'all develop that relationship where y'all can speak and y'all can talk. You're going to learn things about your son or your daughter or your child or whoever you may be guardian of. But you can't raise your son without God. If you try to, you're going to leave too many gaps. There's going to be too many gaps and too many ways for the enemy to infiltrate and penetrate and get in their lives. You don't want the enemy to come and get in their lives because you didn't do your job. Take some time out. I know we all have jobs and things we have to do that are demanding. Some days we're tired. But take a little time. Sit at the dining room table with your son or daughter. Eat some dinner with them. Talk at the dining room table. Ask them a few questions how their day was. How'd that test go? How's that teacher treating you? What's going on? Anybody bothering you at school? You got any beef with anybody? Anybody you like? There's so many ways to open and engage in that healthy relationship with your son. Because fathers, they need us. If I wasn't here to intercede in this situation, my son could have walked into God knows what, thinking that everything would be all right by settling this fight with his fists. But this young man might have had other plans. I'm not going to give him the satisfaction to even be in the presence of my son. Forget about my son. Go about your business. We're on a different level of life, and my son is going to make it. In this world, he's not getting stopped, and I'm not letting the devil or anybody, anyone, do anything to my son. This is my job. This is part of my purpose, why I'm here. And why my son is here with me too, to protect him. Protect your children. This is our jobs, fathers. Part of our job. We have many jobs, but this is a very important job for us that we have to see through. You want your seed to do good. You want your seed to flourish. You don't want somebody to come and stomp it out. So communicate with them. Talk. Engage in conversation so you know what's going on up here in their head. Because you'll never know unless they tell you. And once they leave out this door, you could be at work, you could be whatever. You could give them all these rules, whatever. But if you don't plant that seed in their brain, when they leave out of this door, hey, anything could happen. So make sure you plant your seed and water it with the word of God. Water it with his word. A rock-type foundation that will never, ever crack. So just remember that. Fathers, this is our job. This is our duty. Talk with your sons. And don't make them feel bad about them wanting to come to you and you don't agree with something. We're not going to agree with everything that they think. That's why we're the fathers. We were put in that place to be the objector. No. It ain't happening. Don't be afraid to say no. Me and my son have a great relationship. But when I say no, I say no. It's what it is. And I'm quite sure when he has a son, one day, his son is going to respect him the same way. And that's going to be that. Because I'm going to see my job through. So don't let anyone stop you out there from being a father. Don't let anyone stop you. With God by your side, you cannot be stopped from doing your natural job. You will complete your mission. So everybody out there, this has been the meat of our segment of Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. I wanted to cover this because I felt this was very important. This might help someone out there. This might, if a son or daughter is going through something like this themselves. Because in this day and age, you got to think about all the possible circumstances that could happen. See it all the way through. That's your job as a parent. All right, YouTube. We are now walking into our next segment of What's Fresh. So today, as you already know, I got another pair of shoes. Like I explained to you guys already, I like shoes. When I was younger, I think the reason why I liked shoes so much, when I was younger, I didn't get shoes too often. And it's no fault to my father, because my father did an excellent job raising 3 boys. None of us went to jail. We never were hungry. We had excellent holidays, Christmases, gifts. We were good. But sometimes, you know, as young men, you want a little bit more than what can be, you know, provided for us. So that's fine, because he took care of us all by himself. You know, he took care of us 3 and my mom. He worked and he did his job. So no fault to my father at all. Excellent job. But I like shoes. So I'm going to show y'all another pair of shoes that I got.
Look, those actually look kind of cool.
Yeah, these are.
I like the colors.
These are the Puma World Hood, and I actually have a T-shirt that matches these shoes down to the T, to the colorway, to the yellow, to the green, to the red, to the blue, down to the T. It's like perfect. These are the ones that they call dad shoes. Once again, they got the thick soles, but these shoes are super comfortable. I dig them. You know what I'm saying? What you think about them?
See, because they look better than the other one. I like the colorway.
The colorway?
Yeah, the colors make them look a whole lot better.
Mm-hmm.
I'd actually rock a pair of these.
You rock those?
Yeah,
what?
I don't have none to match it, but I would actually rock these. Just
it's easy to match with those.
All the colors make it look cold.
So you would actually rock a pair like that?
Yeah, because the colors make it look cold. That's why, you know.
I never thought it, because the other ones he didn't really like too much that were kind of like this.
It was simple-ish colors. Yeah, you know.
You like what you like. I like this particular silhouette, period. I think I could pull it off with any colorway. Well, no, take that back, because there's a few colorways like this I ain't feeling. But for the most part, I really like this shoe.
It is nice.
Yeah, and it's a very comfortable shoe. And yeah, man, this is I'm gonna probably rock these next time I go out, because like I said, I got a brand new shirt I want to wear with it.
Yeah, it was clean.
And I think I'm gonna do that, y'all. So rock what you like. You work hard, play hard, get you some nice stuff. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with looking nice and serving the Most High. You don't have to dress like a monk or a nun, and you know what I'm saying? You don't have to do that. You can have a little shebang bang, a little pop, little drip.
Yeah.
Little drip. Yeah. Ain't nothing wrong with a little drip. Nothing. And I'm gonna put these back in the box, y'all, but like I said, rock what you like.
Yeah.
And this has been another segment of
What's Fresh.
All right, y'all. We'll holler at y'all in a minute.
Peace. All right, YouTube. You already know what time it is, the push-up segment of the video. I'm about to drop my usual 25 of the diamonds. Pop's gonna do his after me. So I'm also full, so it might be a little hard to do, but we're gonna do them. So let me just give him my form.
All right, I'll count you out.
All right, bet.
You ready?
Yep.
10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 200, 10, 20, 30, 40.
One more.
50. All right.
All right.
Yeah, y'all. You know what? I just ate too. We both got the, you know what I'm saying? I know they say you ain't supposed to work out right after you eat, but it hasn't been that. It's been a little while, so it's time to get these push-ups in, y'all.
Out of breath, but I'm gonna try to keep up. Got you.
All right, y'all. He did diamonds. I know they say diamonds are forever, but I'm gonna do military style.
Oh yeah, yes sir.
So, all right. You gonna call me out?
Yeah, I got you.
You sure, or you out of breath? You want me to count?
I'll count then.
You sure?
Yeah, I got it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, showing off again, 26, 27, 28, 29, go for the 30 bomb, 30, oh you doing more, 31, okay.
In the spirit of competition, keep it going. And this is y'all bodies. I want my body to look good. What was that movie? I can't remember. But the guy said, I want to look good naked. I just want to look good. Period. Because I ain't getting no younger. So that's how you do it, YouTube. Knock them out. Push them push-ups out with your son and have fun. Peace.